All right, guys, the team is out here. Right, Cannon? So the purpose of today's session is all about recall. Anytime that I do a recall lesson, I want the dog to feel as though it's their adventure. They're here to explore and have a blast. For a dog like Cannon, though, even with this 26-foot retractable leash, you could tell at times he gets frustrated. He wants to really open up and run around. So we want to get to the point where we have reliable control of his behavior off leash. But before we do that, we have to teach that well. So I like starting with a retractable leash because I don't have to worry about coiling the leash in and out. And then we have the electric collar, which he has on today. And we're going to start using that as a way to reinforce the recall when he chooses not to do it. Okay. And anytime we're using the electric collar, just like the leash, if we're using negative reinforcement procedures, it has to be the amount of pressure that we use has to be enough to motivate the dog to commit or change their mind, commit to the behavior, okay? And there's an element of teaching the dog how to terminate or escape the pressure when they feel it, and then through repetition they can learn to avoid it. But the electric collar is slightly different than the leash in the fact that it does not provide direction. So at times when using it, dogs can be confused by when they feel something novel like the electric collar, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to solve the problem. So I'm going to be using the leash as a way to, he's all over the place right now, and I want him to be, I just don't want him to get caught up in these trees. That's why I'm kind of restricting his behavior at times. I know, brother, you have a lot of space to do stuff. I'm not going to be talking about the numbers that I'm using on the electric collar today. I just don't think it's a good idea to do that over a video, because I don't want you or someone else watching this and saying, oh, I can use the same number. You have to understand learning, you have to understand motivation and competing reinforcers well before you just start tapping buttons and moving up or down in levels. He's pooping right now. He's in the woods pooping, so we're good to go. Yeah, brother. All right, so I'm going to do my first repetition here in a moment. Hey, papa. Nice. See, he's being a dog. He's being a goof. I want him to feel like this is his time and that we're not working. And that's what most of training, well, not most of training. There are elements of training where it's not so fun and interesting from the dog's perspective, but we train to get a level of control and understanding and cooperation, and then we give the dog as much freedom as we possibly can to live a good and fulfilling life. Cannon, let's go. Good boy, papa. Good. Come on, bud. Hello. Come on, Cannon. Oh, we got to get out of the way, bud. Come here. Come here. All right. Let's go, brother. So my man Cannon is highly motivated and interested in social interactions with dogs. Of course, we can't let him do that all the time, but I'm just restricting his movement right now. I'm not really addressing anything at the moment in terms of just going to the end of the leash and getting on his hind legs. I'm just going to focus on the recall for today, and we'll address those things later. When there's a little bit more clear understanding of how to cooperate, even out here, outside of the context of play. Cannon, come. Nice. Good job, papa. Very good. Good. Okay. Good. So we should see that behavior on the okay. When I say okay, we should see, ooh, kind of him pop out of position. You can see that I'm not using food. It's not really necessary to use food. You can if you'd like, as an additional, I guess you can call it reward. But if you just observe most dogs' behavior on a leash, if they're intrinsically motivated by the food, they'll stay at your side, but most dogs don't. they'd rather be away from you because it's the world, right? The world is interesting. It's fascinating from the dog's perspective. I wouldn't even call it a reward, but it's like, yeah, we just let them go and have freedom again. And they're very similar to us, that if our basic needs are met, food, water, shelter, love and affection, good social interactions, they want to feel free, just like we do. So I want to give the dog the ability to feel free, but have control of it. So that was the first was that the first recall? I think it was. And we're going to keep walking and keep working a little bit. But I always have to give him an opportunity to respond to the verbal cue before providing any other feedback, whether it's through the leash or the electric collar. And I think I said a few minutes ago, if I'm using negative reinforcement procedures to teach behaviors, it has to be enough just enough pressure or discomfort, that's what it is, to change his behavior. So it just has to match or slightly exceed his level of motivation in the moment to change his mind. Because he understands recall, he's just choosing whether to or not. He's weighing his options. He's like, I don't want to right now. That's not interesting to me. But we need to have that control if we want to give him freedom. Cannon, come. 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 Good. Nice. Very good, buddy. Okay. So there was a dog over there. He's going to hit the end of the leash because he wants to go and say hi. And we'll eventually get to the point where I can give him permission to do that, but we're not going to do that at the moment. And there's a level of frustration happening right now. It's like, I want to go say hi. So if I was going to ask him to do things right now, like, there's no reason for me to start increasing levels. I want him to understand what that sensation is and how to remove it. And then eventually we can start to work, like, increase the expectation of criteria over time. So I used the e-collar that time, along with the leash, to give him some guidance. And I don't even think the e-collar was high enough in that specific in that specific moment to change his behavior. I tapped about 3 or 4 times and then used the leash as a way to guide him. But I don't want him to feel like I'm asking him to come as these dogs are around. Right? He's frustrated enough by not being able to say hi, and he's at the end of a 26-foot retractable leash right now, kind of pulling me towards that, not dragging me, just some general tension, and I'm fine with that right now. No big deal. I'm not going to set boundaries on this just yet. All right, I'm going to ask him to come right now. Cannon, come. Tap. Tap. Good. Nice. Good job, bud. Okay. Good, so he definitely felt that. He felt it, turned his head. He's like, get that off, I don't like that. He tapped again. I think it was on the 2nd or 3rd time that he came back to me, and boom. And you might see on the next repetition that he avoids that because he doesn't want to feel it, and that's the point of using negative reinforcement. Because positive reinforcement in these situations will only work up until the moment where the dog decides that the thing that they're interested in is more motivating, right? Than maybe even the steak or chicken that you have. And that's where we can use something else to say, hey, you still have to. You can't go in this field, but we're not allowed, I know. Like, even that right there, me pulling him away from that is frustrating. It's like, I want to freaking go in there. Yeah, like this 26-foot leash is annoying for him. I can see it, I can feel it. If this was the first week, he'd be biting at the leash and coming to me and trying to bite at me. Not in a bad way, just saying like, dude, this is annoying. No, excuse me. But we were out for probably 5 minutes prior to me starting this video. So it wasn't a lot of time, but I just had to get out here and get this thing on my chest situated to film this lesson. We're gonna go around this baseball field and then we'll leave. I'm gonna pull him away from that. I don't even know what it is. All right. Wants to go everywhere. We can't go on the track either, bud. I know. Dude, you want to eat everything. Everything. Come here, man. Holy hell. If he keeps eating it stuff, I'm gonna tell him to knock it off. All right, I'm gonna do a repetition here once we get up through this caution speed bump sign. And I want him a little bit further away from me and not looking at me. He's like nose down searching for things. But we want him to. That's just being a dog. He's being exactly what he wants to do is what he should do, but we just need to have control over that. Cannon, come. Come. Nice. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good. Okay. He's already starting to understand. That's good. Even right there when I said come, you saw him start to, and then he's like, I don't know if I want to. He's weighing his options. It's cool to see. I don't know where we're at on time, 12 minutes. This is not going to be as long as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like 35 minutes, but there's no reason to go that long. Maybe. We'll see. Ooh. I know, Cannon. I know, brother. You can see that I'm just part of his little adventure right now. I'm not trying to control his behavior too much, but intermittently I'm going to say, hey, do this with me, and show him what that means, and then give him his freedom back. He needs like a 75-foot retractable leash. All right, so he sees a dog across the street. You can see, look at him. He's like, I want to go say hi. I like it. I like it. I like it. Sometimes it does make it more difficult to control a highly social dog. They always just want to be away from you. I want to go say hi to this. Oh, especially if you're not, like, he likes to play, but if you're not playing, he'd rather do what he wants to do. And he'd rather go say hi and play with dogs and say hi to people. And sometimes that can mean you have to guide behaviors more or stop behaviors more. All right, Cannon, come. Tap, tap, come. Good. Nice. Wow, good boy. Okay. Did a little arc. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. I used the collar there. I think I tapped it 2 or 3 times. The moment he started to change his behavior and commit, it turned off. You need to show him how to escape the e-collar. Cannon, let's go, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Which way should we go? Which way should we go, brother? Yeah, buddy. All right. Life's good. Life is good. Cannon, come. Wow, good man. Good. Come. Nice. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You love this field, brother. I wish we could go in. Can't you read? It says no dogs allowed on the fields. Oh, man, I know, dude. I want to let you rip around too. I really do. Oh, he's going to fly down this hill. I got to restrict him just a little bit because there's a dog down here. He's going to want to cruise. Hey, hey. Ho, ho, ho. There he is. Nice. 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 If he goes a little bit further with... I think he's just frustrated. He's like, dude, I want to run. Starting to nip at me a little bit. Could have been just play. But he does it with his owners quite often when he gets frustrated. All right. We'll do one more rep and then we will end the session. I know, Papa. I know. Cannon, come. Oh, Papa. Wow. Nice. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to try to catch up. Oh. This fell down. Good job, buddy. Good job. Hey, 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 hey. Relax, brother. All right, that was good. Good job, buddy. Hey, Cannon. He's like, screw off, bro. Let's go back in. All right, bud. Nice job. Cannon. Cannon, come here, brother. It's so interesting how most dogs that are like to play any type of possession games or fetch, they're usually much more compliant even outside of the context of play. And this guy is just like, nah, we're not playing, bro. I'm gonna do my own thing. All right, good stuff.